crack. Alright. Yeah. Sheesh. Arriba. Okay, yeah.
Alright, with Baja Minute, branching out to other states, what should the people expect Baja Minute to transform into? Because I feel like you're leaning towards a more say cheese, no jumper. You know what I'm saying? Even though your main focus is still gonna be in Colorado, you're still gonna be a very important person for us to have. You know what I'm saying?
I almost can't have it without Colorado.
Right.
Not almost, I can't. You feel me? But I would say definitely. I like to say cheese, bro. I'm gonna keep pushing out interviews. I feel like that's my bread and butter. And like the promo kind of helps keep me doing interviews because I really don't be making much off interviews. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, here and there you can, like, people get booked or whatever, you get monetization on YouTube, but I would say definitely, like, I have to keep doing interviews. It's like a show, you feel me? I don't know, like, there's so many people to interview too, so. But I definitely, as I keep growing and, like, building up the brand, like, I do eventually want to get to a point where I'm, like, paying people to just almost work for my money in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like an hourly wage type shit. I'm not trying to do like, I'm just keeping it down. It's kind of hard, at least from my experience. And a lot of it has to do with my own issues, I feel like, but it's been a little tough to like keep people on the same page and start a business. So my goal is build up enough profit where it's like, all right, I'm gonna just pay you, handle that and pay you to, you know what I'm saying, kind of. You can do what kind of no jumpers doing there too, like he's got so many different moving parts of the business. They're dropping video after video every day. So like, yeah, just keep growing, bro. Like, and I'm in love with the process. You feel me? Like, whatever happens, happens. I'm trying not to stress it out too much. Just like, just be in the moment and just keep going.
So could you see yourself like, I don't know, getting an office space or something and running my minute out of the office and running a show out of there or something like that, or?
I mean, we've had a couple office spaces for sure.
Oh, work?
But, and it just gets tough, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, every time, and that goes for any entrepreneur or businessman, I feel like, it just, how much you're paying for like rent or what have you is going to make sense compared to how much you're making in there, you know? As far as like business expenses, but I feel like I've been learning how to be smarter with the money and like pay shit off, you know what I'm saying, make sure I get my shit done right so that eventually I can like own some real estate, you feel me, like have a whole studio type shit, you know what I'm saying, even like put a recording studio in there and like just different shit, you feel me? Like, that's all definitely the goals for sure.
Most definitely. So what I was going to ask you, it was like both local and, you know what I'm saying, big artists, YSL, catching Ricos.
Yeah.
Do you think it's safe for rappers to even tell their story anymore? Like, shouldn't we have freedom of speech, or what do you think about that?
That's a good question. But yeah, first off, like, if you keep it 1,000, like, what is freedom of speech? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's supposed to be our First Amendment. And, like, we feel sketched out, even, like, artists feel sketched out to, like, even make music and tell, like, stories and stuff like that, you know? And let's be real, yeah, I'm sure, like, there's a lot of people really living their life, but I don't think everyone's sitting there, like, getting into the details, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, there might be some people, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, people at the end of the day are just telling what they see, and that's a part of the First Amendment. It makes me even sketched out to do interviews, bro. Like, I've had a couple iffy moments, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I can't even compare it to what it'd be like being an artist, you know?
Right.
I just don't think it's cool, bro. Like, I don't know. I think I shot in New York. I guess they passed some like bill. I don't know what's the exact details, but basically they're trying to lessen the amount of people that are getting in trouble for their lyrics and whatnot. But at the same time, it's like, I guess, artists just got to take notes and like, even interviews, anyone that's involved with the scene, and take notes and be smart about what you're putting out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to snitch on yourself, you don't want to, just gotta do, but be low key about it, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But yeah, it's definitely fucked up, for sure.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
You gotta evolve that way.
Because at this point, you know what I'm saying, everybody already said what they said. So now people are just like, you never know, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody. Now you got people who already have groups like CMG, I'm worried about CMG, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got a real group, 4PF, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Happening in Denver too.
it's sad though, because there's so much stuff that goes on with the different genres also,
Right.
but everybody wants to focus on hip hop. So
Yeah, it's low key kind of racist too on some real shit, because when you look at like rock and roll or like, what was that dude that Lil Uzi like? There's some rock, I forgot his name. Some crazy ass white dude used to be at the shows butt naked, like fighting people and stuff, like all kinds of crazy shit. Like, but you know what I'm saying? Their lyrics are hella kind of weird, right? I don't know.
Right.
Kind of weird.
It's what it is, what we're going through nowadays. So what do you think, what's it going to take for Colorado to really get noticed on the major level, in your opinion?
I think the talent's there. I think everyone's headed in the right direction. It's a process, and we're getting there. People are starting to network more, tap in more. But I mean, we all just got to keep pushing, you know, and everyone's got to do their little part in it. You know, I have a little part in it. You got a part in it. Everyone's got a different part in it. You know, we all just got to keep cultivating the scene. And I want to see, if I had to be particular, I would say I want to see more people networking and tapping out with people out of state. Whether it be like promoters, bloggers. I ain't gonna lie, I think bloggers and the new DJs, I'm probably biased because I'm a blogger, but I think bloggers and the new DJs, I think bloggers are the ones having a big part in breaking people outside of labels and stuff like that. You know, we need to get more labels out here. There's a lot of things, bro, but we get there too.
Yeah, bro, you definitely doing your thing, bro. Like, I seen you really tapped in with Chicago too, which is crazy. Because I just seen you did a Billy, his last name pronounced Cock.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to say.
Yeah, I know. I was
The Billionaire Black, Lil Reed, Sean Cotton. You know what I'm saying? I think that's dope though. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that? You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people that are like, you know what I'm saying? They be robbing people after interviews, and I be seeing a whole bunch of goofy stuff. I be watching 16 Shot in the same shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? So,
We were talking about that in our interview, bro. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, the Chicago interviews, you do kind of get a little nervous. Like when I went to Chicago, especially like I had drunk down on the south side and stuff. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it was different. It was humbling, but it was different for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
and doing those interviews is like. With the Billy Conks and like 16s and stuff, I was cool, whatever. Like they kind of cameraman, like I didn't.
The Billy's is different though, because along with FBG Cash, he's just been shooting his videos. You know what I'm saying? I follow Billy, we follow each other. You know what I'm saying? So I've been tapped in. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, I've been watching FBG Cash for forever, bro. Like, that's sad. You know what I'm saying? And I know, like, when you got a personal connection, I don't know, you really be tapping in with people at good time. You know what I'm saying? And weren't you the first person to interview Lil Reese after when he got shot?
Right after. It was actually right before he got shot.
Oh, right before.
But it was like, you know, I'm glad he's okay.
Shit.
But it was like a week before he got shot, I interviewed him, and I was dropping it as it happened. And like, people started commenting on it, shit like that. But then obviously, you know, he survived, so that's good. Good that we survived. But yeah, you gotta, just like people sometimes gotta pay me, I've had to pay people, you feel me? Like, that's just investment, it's a business.
Definitely investment. It's smart investment.
Yeah. So like, I've paid for a lot of the bigger interviews on my platform. I've definitely paid for it, you know what I'm saying? Like, pricing, it depends, but like, some of them know, some of them show love, but it all just kind of depends. Billy though, it's got to be tough for him, especially shooting like some of the videos and stuff. It can get in your head a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, especially like, because I I'm the type of blogger, like, we get into some interesting stuff, but I try not to, like, cross lines, you feel me?
Go too deep.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to, I already have enough drama with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get, I'm not trying to be someone, I'm not trying to cross no lines. I still want to be respectful, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it gets tricky sometimes, especially in Chicago interviews, because it's like they've already had this culture of interviews and blogging and artists being so big. So it's like a different style, bro. Like, for example, you look at the Texas blogs, they post it. It's kind of changed with Instagram, but they used to be posting fights and, disses, the crazy shit. But if you post that in Colorado, it's like people on your ass right away. You can do something that's like a tenth as bad as a Chicago or like a Texas blogger, but it don't matter, like, because Colorado ain't used to it, so they're on your ass, bro.
True.
Like, for example, the list, they make noise in other cities, but people ain't, they used to it, but listening, like, competitions or what have you out here, people be impressed. And I mean, I could just be wrong because, like, I don't really know what it would be like in another state too much. I just outside in perspective. But
it's crazy. I don't even know what is the competition. Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What is the competition? Last time I checked, only person, you know what I'm saying, that's really a millionaire from this shit, India from our area. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I feel like everybody, we should be helping each other because we all have a common goal. Yes, I podcast now. I'm still an artist, bro. You know what I'm saying? I do multiple things, like DDG, like AD for No Jumper. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts. I would say it's not, it really isn't a competition, but I feel like subconsciously kind of is in a way. Like, no matter where you're at in life, you could be at work and you're competing with the next bartender or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the game out here, it's like we all show love, you feel me? It is all love at the end of the day. Like, I always want to show love to people, but at the same time, it's still like, okay, what is their numbers look like? You know what I'm saying? In a way, at least for me, like, subconsciously. But I don't know, bro. Like, there is no real competition, but it kind of is, especially I'm sure for like artists, in a way, like, we should all be more wanting to help each other out. But I think a healthy competition where we support it, but we're still competitive is cool. Just, it don't need to get lines that don't need to be crossed.
We could do some cool things if y'all want to do verses, you know what I'm saying? But that's the only competition I feel like. I don't even know. You trying to, I don't know, bro. Get somebody else out there. Yeah, I don't even know. It's hard to explain, you know what I'm saying? When you compete, you're trying to get a promotion or something. But nobody got the job yet. That's my point. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And there's people who are close. There's people who are doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? And everybody notices it. Shout out AP, shout out Trevor, shout out Troy Good, shout out Jacob Campbell, shout out, you know what I'm saying, Old Man Saxon. Shout out everybody who's really doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, all the locals, you know what I'm saying, we just gotta work together, bro. We gotta work together. And then once we work together, that's when everybody else is the money's gonna come. Easy. You see, Crip Mac. He literally, bro, he makes so much money off features, bro. I be tapped in. He gets bread off the features, bro. It will come. It will come, but we gotta get noticed together because.
Let's be real, there's a bunch of way more talented artists out here than Crip Mac. Shout out Crip Mac, though. Let's be, you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest.
Real talk, right? So, and you know what I'm saying? He's in the music hub. There's a whole bunch of everything, and he looks crazy. Right. And a lot of people don't realize, bro, your whole appearance, if you look crazy, bro, you're gonna do some numbers. If you do something crazy enough, you tattoo your eyeballs, I promise you're gonna get a whole bunch of views. I ain't saying do it. I ain't saying do it, you know what I'm saying? But it's true though. It's true.
Even like when you look at like, Saturday Entertainment, they don't do nothing too crazy, but they always rocking the designer shoes or like, you feel me, like, got something cool going on with their hair.
Gotta stay fresh.
Yeah, like they're looking good, so it's all chains, you feel me? It's all an image,
Rappers, when you pop out, stay fresh. Your image does matter. I don't care what nobody says. I mean, if you a J. Cole, yeah, that's whatever, bro. But stay fresh. There's nothing wrong with with it. Because we building a culture here in Colorado, you know what I'm saying? We clean, we neat, we fresh when we pop out. No matter what state we in, we supposed to be dapper, you know what I'm saying?
Even vloggers, like honestly, a lot of times I be behind the scenes, behind the camera, but you know, when I tapped in with bro, shot at Reese Bad TV first off. But when I tapped in with bro about the interview, I said, oh, look, you know, pop out some Colorado shit,
Yeah.
Colorado merch. You know, shout me and Alton, you know what I'm saying, local brand. Gotta build that culture, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep showing love. But let's be honest, sometimes the competitions, if they healthy, they do kind of help in a way too.
Oh,
it gets people motivated. It gets people, oh shit, like, what's going on in the scene out here? You know what I'm saying? Low key. Like, I guarantee, like, if I drop a list in a couple weeks or something, like, it'll do its part. It'll motivate a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna have the same impact as years past, but it'll definitely, I'm sure it'll get some people like motivated and shit. I don't know.
Right. Another thing, if you're gonna compete against yourself, you know what I'm saying?
True.
That'd be the main thing. If you got 2,000 video likes or views on your last video, try to get 4 at the next one. And then on the next one, try to get 8. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna find yourself having other people in competition with you. And then you wasn't even thinking about being in competition with nobody.
Become the best version of yourself.
If you think about Drake's story, they took his 2 homies and told Drake he was weak, the weakest one in the group. Now Drake is the biggest star in the world. So
I didn't even know that.
yes, kick Drake out of the group. They said no, can't be part of it.
That probably motivated him too. That's crazy. That's a dope story.
Yeah, bro. So, and I think it's dope. Who was your favorite, you feel me, celebrity that you interviewed? I see you got Peso. I don't know if you talked to Sauce, right? Did you talk to Sauce? That's super dope, bro. So, like, who's your favorite person that you interviewed?
That's alright. We're talking like favorite interview as a whole, or like just celebrities, like people who are already popular.
The most, not like, who do you think is the most personable? You know what I'm saying? Like, who was you rocking with? Like, what was the interview that just flowed good? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I want to say Cheese one first, but I've already kind of talked about that one. So that Sauce Walker one was cool because like he just kind of gave me a lot of game. His energy, bro, like. Cause I ain't gonna lie, some of my interviews have been boring because I'm kind of like nervous and whatever. But like Sauce, like he's the type of artist that you want to interview because he's gonna make the interview, you know. So he's gonna go off, like
bring his energy.
Keep up. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like I don't like a boring interview sometimes when someone's like a guest isn't willing to talk too much. It's kind of like it kills it. You feel me? Kind of like, or even Billionaire Black, he was giving me like deep ass stories about him growing up like on 63rd and like, you know, recipes FBG Duck and FBG Brick, like he was telling me his crazy story. Yeah.
He's always like that too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He's always, you know what I'm saying? He got a cool personality.
Yeah.
Cool personality.
And he showed love, bro, like he wasn't too young. And even 16 Shot on Visuals, like he was really like, the dope thing about bloggers, bro, and people that do interviews and shit is like, kind of, you know how it is, so you want to support. You feel me? He was willing to show up to me even on my platform, ain't even like close to as big as 16.
As he did for me. Shout out to that plug.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. Just talking about that. You know, I would say probably those 3. Probably them. I like the Denver ones too. That I kind of
So, you know what I'm saying? What should people expect from you in the near future?
Definitely more interviews. I got an interview with the pretty big Chicano artist about to drop here in the coming days for sure. So even might be out by the time this drops. Another shit. So that'll be dope. I got an interview with an Atlanta artist coming up. I don't really like giving names too much until they drop.
That's good.
Because I don't like jinx and shit, but also like you gotta. That's what Sean Cobb told me, like, don't promote an interview before it drops because you want people to see it when you promo and then be able to go to the video. That's what he told me, so shit. Chicago, Atlanta artists, I still got a bunch of Colorado interviews. I always have Colorado interviews on deck for sure. There's some with a DJ out here that's going with Houston producers, so like I really just be trying to network out of state while still balancing Colorado interviews. Trying to do it. I'm like, bro, I be having like 4 or 5 interviews that day all the time.
Man, I want to ask you, what advice do you have for somebody who is trying to do the interview thing, do the, content creating, you know what I'm saying, whether it's reaction videos or interviews, and also what advice do you have for an artist who's trying to get noticed?
I would say from like an interviewer perspective, I would say fall in love with the process and try not to like you said, you almost only want to compete with yourself. You don't want to like look at what you want to learn from other people, because shit, obviously I learn from say cheese or whatever, but you don't want to like worry about where everyone's going. You know what I'm saying? Because we all at our own pace. Like, sometimes I'll be stressing myself out looking at like a black, jumper, say cheese dropping 5 videos a day. I'm like, but then I'm like, it's a process. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna get there at some point. So.
But it also shows you the way, though. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good. I meant to ask you this earlier. How long did it take for, you know what I'm saying, you to start seeing monetization within Instagram, Facebook? I don't know what you got going on YouTube.
Yeah, really start with YouTube. I mean, if we're talking about like real like monetization, like ad revenue, I remember like after, I definitely didn't make a dime my first year. The whole first year was like knowing about nothing, because we didn't really have services, more was doing interviews and I see what happens. But then after like a year happening, where people slowly started booking us for interviews a little bit, or like, but it really wasn't much at that time. Music videos kind of at the time. But then like 2 or 3 years ago, once like 2 or 3 years, I would say 2.5, 3 years, I started doing promo and shit on Instagram. Well, I was always posting, but it was always just free at first. We was just trying to build a platform. Yeah. And then like 2.5, 3 years, I started charging on that. And then now it's kind of like based on the demand. Like, so, I mean, even to this day, like now, I would say like I make decent enough money to like be able to help pay bills and shit, but it's still not where I want to be. But it probably took me like 2 or 3 years, I would say, to like really monetize it. And as far as YouTube in specific, that took forever. So I really started my YouTube account in like 2008, but I deleted a bunch of other videos, like snapbacks and stuff. But I remember, be careful with like fights and like just copyright shit, bro, because I remember they demonetized me for a while. Like, so I hit the requirements, like the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Yeah. But because I had too much like kind of bullshit on my channel, they were like, oh, you can't monetize you. So
damn, I got a whole fight on there.
Yeah, I mean, you probably don't got to worry about it right now, but maybe at some point you might have to worry about that shit.
Oh, you might have to dig for that. That's right.
But,
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Like 2019, 2020 is when YouTube monetization really started kicking in. Like, but it wasn't much. It was just okay, I monetize. You know what I'm saying? I still don't even get checks every month. Like you have to break like $100 threshold every month to get a check. I've had a couple, but it's, you know what I'm saying? Usually when like you get a big interview or whatever.
Oh, I'm finna get it crack. Alright. Yeah. Sheesh. Arriba. Okay, yeah.